Welcome to Sailing Yacht Frida of Visby. We left our hectic business life for a life where plants are written in the sand on the beach and let the wind decide when to go. We bought our boat in England and sailed it to Gotland where we live. In August 2020 we started our biggest adventure to sail along the Atlantic coast of Europe. This is Captain Anders. I am first mate Gitte and Litsa the captain, the truly free spirit on board. After fixing our engine problems in Porto Novo, we continued our journey south to Porto. It was an early start before sunrise. We are leaving Porto Novo. And it's just beginning to get a little light. It felt great to get the first morning sunshine. This is the last glimpse of the green hills of Galicia. We have now reached the Spanish-Portuguese border. We are in Portugal! New country! Yay! Portugal is the southwest corner of Europe and it's famous for its fishing and tourist industry. But in the 1500s it was a big discovery nation. As we sailed along, the green hills from Galicia slowly became smaller and long sandy beaches came instead. The first glimpse of Porto. It's quite a big city. One of the challenges when sailing along Portugal is the abundance of fishing nets and the continuous dunes from the Atlantic, even in no wind. So, after a long day at sea, it was nice to see the city of Porto. The city of Porto actually consists of two cities. On the north side of Douro River is Porto. On the south side, the town is called Gaia. And when they were united, they formed the beginning of Portugal. Due to Porto's protective location a bit up the Douro River, it has been an important city for trade and sailing. of the modern marina is located in the river, but close to the mouth on the Gaia side. This is Portugal's second largest urban area, and I visited Porto when I was young, 32 years ago, so it's going to be nice to see it again. So this is Douro Marina here in Porto. Porto is on the other side of that big bridge that you can see over there. And we're probably going to lie on this wave breaker, but on the other side. So next to Miguel Torga. I must say it's a little bit big neighbor. I think that's the Manaus that is going to show us where to stay. Warm welcome. Okay, I put the camera down. Just let you show the lovely evening. We are tied up, except that we decided that we wanted one of those lines with rubber on one side. It gives it a little bit softer, softens the movement when it's backing back and front. And when we arrived, there was almost no current, and look at the water now. It's really quite strong current. And there is the marineros that helped us. They were great. On our first day we were checking out the marina and the village São Pedro de Alvorada. Good morning everyone. First morning in Porto. I just made some breakfast and we're going to enjoy it in the cockpit and watching out over the harbor and the bridge. Sorry for a shake. So, quite nice. The city center is down there behind the bridge. On the other side. Unfortunately, we still have our big neighbor. This is quite good, isn't it, Anders?
This is fine.
Sitting here and watching Sailing Uma. Life is good.
11th of September. Feeling shorts.
Yeah. We are walking in the village of Douro and they are grilling fish almost everywhere. Really cute little town. So beautiful with those tiled buildings.
So, how are you?
It's here.
Huh?
It's this one. Anders is trying Vino Verde for the first time. Cheers! We are waiting for our grilled fish. Dorado, which they are grilling over there on the street. It's like everybody is grilling on the street here in this little village.
All the locals too.
Yeah.
They bring out the small grill on the street side and then start grilling outside their house.
Quite cozy. It's like a big family party.
Yeah.
Seems like the Portuguese has another fish with a similar name, but it looks good anyway. Now we are going to check in. We arrived late last night, and today when we tried earlier, we came in the middle of the lunch, or right before lunch. So they asked us to come back later. We will do that now.
Istället för en tung kulspruta.
Hey?
Stridstrosens...
The big neighbor has left, so we got a lot better view. And I thought it was time to test my mother's present that I got a few years ago, actually. So, Swedish cider. Quite a lot of current in the harbor and a beautiful sunset. Provisioning on a boat is almost always an adventure in itself. We are on our way to find a supermarket. I hope it's not that road we are going up for. This dried cod is a national dish in Portugal and Spain as well. Bacalhau is called. They are sold everywhere. We have seldom been in a marina where there was such amazing sunsets. It was wonderful to just sit there and relax and watch it all. Such amazing colors. Incredibly beautiful sunset this evening. Really beautiful here.
This is nice.
Yeah, lay here, look at the sunset and listen to a book. Well, as a cruiser there is always things to fix. This time the autopilot. Looks empty. Okay, we have turned down the wall again.
We have only done that like 19 times.
Yes, and this time we did it so that Anders could check on the autopilot. We suspect that we have a similar problem as our friends in the other Walkie 47 Pirate Saloon, Bella, and we think that we have lost the hydraulic oil in the gear to the autopilot. But we can't see any oil spill anywhere, but the tank looks empty. So investigation will continue, but it's a strong candidate that is what's wrong with the autopilot. Okay, with that done, we can visit the classical city of Porto. Hi there! We are now on our way to try some port wine. There's a collaboration between this marina and a wine house, so that's going to be fun. It turned out that the winehouse tasting was full that day, so we got a slot the next day. But we decided to go into the city anyway. It's actually possible to anchor almost in the city center, but there's not many places available. Oh, here's the first winery, but this is not the one we are looking for. Hej, har du lyckats beställa?
2 kaffe, 2 vatten.
Perfect. This is also a port wine winery, but not the one, and not the one behind it either. I actually think that you get the best view of Porto when you stand on the Gaia side of the river and look, and you can see all those tightly packed houses in different colors and tiles. So beautiful. And look at the bridge. Does it remind you of something? Nope, not this one either. We'll just sit down and have just one glass of port, but well, then the rain started. So we didn't get any port wine the first time, but we make a new attempt the next day.
Oh, here we stand and wait for a taxi because it's quite far into the city center. We walked yesterday, but Anders got some problems with his foot. So now we are walking from the Gaia side towards the Porto side.
Yeah.
On the
famous
famous iron bridge.
Pont du Dom Louis was built in 1886 by a student to Gustave Eiffel, and it reminds about the blue rainbow, but also the Eiffel Tower.
Not easy to avoid filming other people here, but it's an interesting construction. So there's cars and trams going above us, and we walk down here. And look at all those houses on the boats. It's so cute.
We are in Porto, on the Porto side. We are going to see if we can find a restaurant. I don't think that will be a problem because there's lots of them here. Hello!
Hello. Ah. Hi.
Hi, both of us in the same picture. That's not open.
That's strange.
I'm looking for a postcard for my mom. Maybe this one. Anders in his new hat. I think he's expecting rain again. Or sunshine.
Too much sun.
Too much sun. Yeah. You look like Indiana Jones.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okej. Francesina eller något sånt här heter det här.
This is a local specialty, Francesina. It was toast with meat and tomato sauce.
I thought I remembered that the barrels is supposed to be out sailing, and I think that's what they try to illustrate with those barrels on those boats. The boat has name after different wine houses here in Porto. Ooh. It's going up. Quite steep. Finally, time to visit the port wine winery, Churchill's. Here's the winery where we are going to taste some port. Oh, a big bus. It is uphill. Yes, this is the one that we have booked wine tasting and visit to. Här var det mörkt. So we are a bit early. We didn't know how long it would take to walk. Just give me a name. Now we got a red wine. All started with a little lecture about port wine and a tour around the facility.
Here that we can produce port because it has three things all together that can only have grapes. We don't produce in big quantities, and they wash their feet, so don't worry about it. It's always a young, dark, fruity port, 3-4 years old, and it's one of the best.
You're well organized, you know.
But it's like this. The toys, 10, 20, 30 years old, they are not going to age all the time in the back. The port, first of all, it's a blend of grapes, right? It's also a blend of years. Hot is cold, is rain, it's not raining, so it's nature. Okay, over here we have a very, this one stays 2 years in the barrel. Then it's going to be bottled without being filtered and continues to age in the bottle. So this one is completely different from the other ones.
That was it.
Yeah, you will find the white port that has like white wine.
We were compared with the two German couples that were also sailing, so we quickly started talking about sailing and destinations. But the guide and hostess quickly brought it back to port wine. I can put them a bit on this way, so that you can see which belongs to which bottle.
You're the only.
Already like decades, yeah. So it will like need like a little bit longer time than all outside.
Decided to buy the box with 3 different kinds of port wine. We just finished the port wine tasting, and
there were no taxis. So we dressed up in this very fashionable plastic ponchos because it's raining. But it was fun. It was really fun and we learned a lot about port wine. Unfortunately we had to walk and that wasn't good for the sport. On our last day we took a walk to some geological formation on the Gaia side.
Yeah.
We're approaching the sea. Wow, that's fantastic. Look at the dunes.
Thank you for watching. In the next episode we continue our journey south, but that means that we are getting closer to a port of Orcas that has caused trouble for many sailboats.